He's my president, but how I said, like, I'm not in politics, like, I'm an athlete. I have a family back in Russia, and it's scary moments, but we can't do anything. We just hope it's gonna be ended soon. And
Alexander Ovechkin, Vladimir Putin, and why so many people back the Russian dictator. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun. There have been very few issues that have generated the response that I've received for writing about Alexander Ovechkin, his love of Vladimir Putin, and my concern that there are too many people in the West, Canada included, who seem to love the Russian dictator. It's mind-boggling to me, but this is where we are. Alexander Ovechkin is not just a hockey player. And for all of you who say we should keep politics out of hockey, I'd agree. But this is a man whose social media image is of him shaking hands with Putin. This is a man who put together Team Putin to help Putin win an election just a few short years ago, after Putin had already shown himself to be a murderous dictator willing to invade other countries to have his way with them, just like he's now doing with Ukraine. So, yes, I don't expect hockey players to be speaking about every political issue, but I also don't expect them to back murderous dictators. And that's what Alexander Ovechkin is doing. So I've written about that. Some people think he's the greatest hockey player ever. I don't care about that. I don't think he's a very good man, given what he supports. And I don't believe this BS that he can't say anything because his family's still in Russia. He has the money, the wealth, the power, the connections to get them out safely if that's what needs to happen, or to protect them. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to continue backing Putin. So I've heard from a lot of people saying, leave the politics out of it, but I've also disturbingly heard from an awful lot of Canadians who think that Putin is better than anything we have, or that Putin's better than any American leader we've had. It's not just Trudeau haters, by the way. It's people who've hated Biden, who've hated Trump, who've hated Bush, who've hated Harper. There is just a dementia that seems to be going on among some people who think that Putin and Russia are far superior to the West. Back in the Cold War days, we saw this with the people who thought we'd missed out on the communist revolution. Now it's a meeting of the far left and the far right just admiring a dictator. This guy, this murderous thug, this man who's committing a genocidal war against Ukraine is not someone that you should support. I don't care if you want to back Zelensky or think that he and the Ukrainian government are corrupt. That doesn't mean that Putin is right. People need to give their heads a shake and consider what we're actually talking about when you send me emails saying that Putin is superior to any leaders we have in the West. That is a twisted worldview. And if that's the case, maybe you really should be rethinking whether you like the freedoms, the rights, the liberties that we have here, or whether you'd like to live in Vladimir Putin's Russia, where none of this would exist. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below, share this on social media, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.